Welcome everyone to the Life of an eBay Seller. This is the winter edition of the post-Christmas slash and everything else. And as you can see, there's a bunch of different packages that I'm actually sending out. So this is going to be not really one of those formal things that I usually do. This is just more of a podcast edition. I decided to go face-to-face so I can actually talk to you. So a few things that we're going to be talking about, first of all, is the packages that you use. I try to go, there's going to be a link right down below where I get all my packages at the cheapest possible price. Now, one way for you to save money on packages, make it easy, is to use the priority mail, postal boxes, and those are easy and don't take much space as well. A few other things that I do suggest for you to do is to cut down the packages in a few pieces so you can reuse it for more than one of those as well. And another thing that I do suggest is to reuse your Lego boxes, and people who like to collect Legos such as myself love to reuse those boxes. They're very, very handy, and you can see I reuse them pretty much as I can. So we have a bunch of different packages here that accumulated over the weekend, and of course there was 3 days off and the post office was actually closed. So this is what happens, you get a lot of mail that is going out. Now, a few things that I want to talk about in this video, and first of all let me put this away. Ooh, this was heavy. Just kidding, it wasn't that heavy. Now, a few things I want to talk about is, of course, how to maximize your sales. And in the winter, this is where you're going to get a bunch of sales with the Christmas holiday, everything going on at the same amount of time. So all my merchandise was getting sold out, and I was left with leftovers. And the leftovers are things that you either are keeping for next year, or you do a huge sale and you try to get rid of all your inventory as much as you can so you can find more things to sell for next year. Now, I don't really suggest for you to get rid of everything. I suggest for you to get rid of things that are actually not selling. So get rid of the stuff that's not selling, keep the stuff that is selling, and things in the middle, figure out if you should or you shouldn't sell them. The big stuff, it's much harder, or it takes a lot more room. So I do suggest for either go and use Craigslist to get rid of the bigger stuff, because then you don't have to pay for the shipping fees. Also, it takes a lot of storage space. I have storage space, but it gets cluttered up. So one thing you want to do is to get rid of the things that are not selling well and keep on adding stuff that are selling. Talking about getting stuff that is selling, you have to go and get more inventory. So if you're doing drop shipping, it's really not about getting an actual physical inventory. What you're doing is going and finding new inventory that you'll be actually selling. But if you're not doing drop shipping, you're more doing wholesaling, or you're buying stuff from garage sale, a lot of stuff that I do myself, the best suggestion for you is to go and find additional things to sell. And because of that, you need a good vehicle, which I have more than one. And what happened is one of mine actually went dead. So therefore, I need another vehicle. Now, when you have a big vehicle, you want to haul a bunch of stuff in those. So you have to have two kinds of vehicles for your job. One is one of those beetles. You don't need to have a very nice vehicle. Just think about it this way. If you have a very nice vehicle, you go in a garage sale to buy bargains, they will like look at you and like, huh, this guy has money on, and I don't want to actually give him at the best possible price. On the other hand, if you go with not such a great looking vehicle, you'll get the best deals because the guys don't really think that you're making a lot of money. So keep that in mind when and what kind of vehicle you want to use for garage selling. Also, some of the stuff is dirty, some of the stuff, is big, it's messy. You don't want to have a nice vehicle for that. So the kind of vehicle you want is something like a CRV, a pickup truck, things that you can put a lot of things in there and then reuse this vehicle for that. On the other hand, you also want to have a car where you go to places. Of course, not everybody can afford 2 different vehicles. Therefore, I do suggest for you, if you can't afford 2, just get one and get one that you can use for wide variety of purposes, so you don't really have to go through and switch between two different vehicles. Of course, if it is pretty old, you can definitely get a new vehicle for your everyday use and everything else for safety, and then you can get a much older, pretty good vehicle, like 10 years old and so, for a very decent price, and use it for garage selling on it. So that's one I think that I do suggest for you to do. And going away from the vehicle thing, let's go into how much more money can you make selling things online with eBay and so on. So I have been selling since around 2001. The first thing that I sold was the thing that started to make me money. So when you sell something, one thing, you're like, wow, this is amazing. I'm going to keep doing this over and over and over again and see how much money I can make. And a small hobby became something I do all the time. Every single year you do the same exact thing and you get so much better and better every single year. So if you're right now just starting out selling things on eBay and you're not sure where to start and everything else, you're probably like, I'm not really making any money on this, or I'm not doing so well, and you're doing so great. What am I doing wrong? Well, it takes a long time for you to get to my level and to become a professional. And everybody starts in the newbie stage, and listing is pretty hard. It takes time, it takes a lot of effort, then nothing is done. And this is super usual for a newbie. Then eventually you're going to get and find things that are working for you, and you're going to start making the extra money week after week, month after month, and year after year. Every single sale ends up. So I do suggest for you to keep on working. This is not something that happens overnight. You don't get success right away. There's going to be hard times where you go about it and you like think, hey, this is not working for me. But this is the time that you put even more effort into this. If you don't give up, if you continue trying and you keep on doing this day after day, and you want to get as best as you can, best sell as you can. And if you beat everybody else to the same exact business, you'll be making the big money. That's how I started to make the big money with selling on eBay. And of course, expenses do add up, but of course, the amount of money you make add up as well. With that in mind, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you learned a lot. And if you like this new format, let me know. And plus, I didn't want to edit this as much because this is more like a podcast session. Also, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Lots of awesome content and all for free for you to watch. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in one of my classes, and have a great day.